Hey peeps, we are back with a new show today. Okay, first of all, I want to say natural hair journey, okay? Don't judge me, people. Anyway, I'm going to get the hang of this hair, okay? Just give me a while. We've got a new show. I ran across this show last night and I said, oh my gosh, I have got to share this foolishness with the peeps. So the show is called You, Me, and My Ex. Okay. This show is on TLC. It's season 1, episode 1. But it's quite interesting. I couldn't stop watching it. I wasn't going to turn. It was too interesting to turn the channel. Anyway, before we get into the show, I am so close to hitting that 1,000 subscriber mark. If you are not already a subscriber, join the peeps. Hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit the notification bell and hit that thumbs up. Whenever you hit that thumbs up, it does wonderful things for my channel. Thank you so much, and I appreciate you watching. Now on to the show. The show starts off introducing us to a guy named Jerry and his ex-wife, Jessica. Now, Jerry and Jessica have known each other for over 22 years, and they have 4 children together. They were married for 15 years. Then they broke up. They didn't talk to each other for about 5 years. Then Jerry got gravely ill. I mean, he was in the hospital and they were thinking that he wasn't going to make it overnight. So Jessica moved back from Utah, I believe, so that she could take care of the children. It sounded as if Jerry ended up with custody of the kids and she moved back so that she could be there for the children and so that she could help him, through this process he was going through with his health crisis. Well, listen, she never left. And Jerry survived. So she's just been living there, her, Jerry, and the 4 kids. And now all of a sudden, Jerry has decided that he's going to move his new girlfriend in, this girl named Kay. You heard me, honey. Moving in his girlfriend that he met online. He met this girl online. She is an absolute beautiful girl. She really is. But I don't think that she is working with a full deck. But then I start to think, I don't think any of them really. I mean, I'm not going to just live here with my ex-husband and these kids and then this girl moves in here too. It's odd. So the crazy thing about this is Jerry sends 2 of his sons, his 17-year-old and his 15-year-old, to go pick Kay up. And she says, hello, who are you? I said, well, daggone it, you don't even know the kids. So that too was a weird situation because me as a mom, I'm thinking this is going to be very odd for my children. Yes, it's a little bit weird that mom still lives here and, dad and I are divorced. But it's even more odd that girlfriend here is moving in. How do you explain that to younger children? I mean, anyway. So Jerry springs on Jessica that he's moving Kay in last minute. And it seems that Jessica is not fond of the idea at all. And I don't blame her as a mom, but as an ex-wife, he reminds her that this is his house. So she piped down a little bit because it is his house. You have an option, ma'am. You could move. But I don't think she's going anywhere. When Kay is picked up and they're on the ride back to the house, his sons seemed extremely awkward. She continued to chatterbox on, and she used like about 37 times. And it was quite a lot of eye rolls from his children. I don't think that they really understand this situation, and I don't think that they like her very much. At this point, they don't even know this woman. So Jerry says that Kay is going to be quarantining in a little cabin, I assume that they have back on the property somewhere for 14 days before she's actually welcome to move into the house. But as soon as she got there, she walked all through the house. She got a tour of the house. She rolled around on his bed. And I said, all this before quarantining? I mean, are you really taking precautions? I don't think so.
When Jerry first told me about his ex-wife living in the same house, the truth of the honest of the matter of the fact is I was pissed, enraged.
She talks like that the whole time. her maturity level, I don't think is there. I don't think that she's actually mature enough to handle this crazy situation. She packed up and moved away from her home to move in with this man, knowing full well that his ex-wife lives there with their 4 children. That's a lot. Now, he referred to his ex-wife as his wife. That makes me wonder, why are you still referring to her as your wife? One, are you still in love with her? Are you having the sex with this woman? 2, are you lying about being divorced? That's something I would need to know.
How did he pick the closet out of this whole entire house? Like as if that's the cutest thing. Like, no, who gave you that idea? I'm starting to think he had some conversations with Jessica.
You know what? I don't think so. How about just not moving her in? You put an air mattress in the closet for her because his 8-year-old daughter, when she gets scared, she jumps into bed with him and he says, you can't be in here if my daughter comes in, so. Excuse me? Oh my gosh. Girl, ask one of his sons if they can drive you back. Call a Uber, get on the app. I mean, do something, girl. This is a mistake. So after she decides that she really doesn't want to live in the closet down the hall, he decides that they're going to move her air mattress downstairs in the basement where the kids' playroom area is. And I do mean it is a play area with video games and everything set up down there, which is right next door to his other son's room. His son is 21, and this really ruffles his ex-wife Jessica's feathers. She comes down there and lets him know that she thinks that it's extremely rude for him to put this girl down here in this basement without asking his son permission to have her down here in his space, and not asking the rest of the kids either, because this is their play area. So she pretty much puts the evil eye on him and lets him know that he needs to go and consult the kids now. I said, oh wow, this is starting off bad from the rip. This woman is clearly in control of this house. Well, somewhat. She wasn't in that much control. Kay is here. You know what? This couple is just way too much. I have never seen anything like this in my life. And they showed a preview for next week's episode, and you see Jessica go to sit on Jerry's lap, and she says that she always eats her breakfast sitting on his lap. And Kay, the new girlfriend, she said, well, that needs to change. Honey, listen, there's a lot of things that need to change, and the first thing that needs to change is your address. Okay, pack your stuff and go. This is not all right. I'm just saying. Moving on. Then they introduce us to Jimmy and Lisa. Honey, this is one ball of bull jab. Let me tell you, I would never in my life live in a situation like this. This is ridiculous. You thought the first couple was a problem? No. Jimmy and Lisa, they're a problem. So Jimmy and Lisa have a son named Dominic. Dominic is 20 and he's about to turn 21 here soon. Jimmy and Lisa used to be married. They were for each other's first love, soulmates, and according to Lisa, they still are. Anyway, they were only married for a short period of time. They got divorced when Dominic was a baby. Jimmy moves on with his life at some point and he marries this lady named Wendy. He has been married to Wendy for 18 years and they have a 14-year-old son named Alexander. Lisa says that Wendy is a really nice lady. She's got a heart of gold, but she will always just be Jimmy's second wife, and that she'll always be his first love and soulmate. No, ma'am. Any woman speaking like that about my husband, girl, you better not even look in my direction. We have problems, okay? I might be the second wife, but I'm the last wife, okay? Oh my God.
They weren't fully divorced, a son, and I understood that. But the things that Lisa said, whether it was through an email, a text, or verbally, they were vile, degrading. You know, of course, my first thoughts are, you want what I have. And unfortunately, you're not gonna get it.
Honey, listen, I would have never continued to date Jimmy if I would have dated him and found out that Lisa is a package deal. Bye, Jimmy. It was lovely to meet you and your most beautiful little son, but I got to go. Okay? I don't want to be married to you, stepmother to Dominic, and still have to be bothered with your ex-wife. No. I just want a little pick up and drop off. I don't want to be bothered with her on a regular basis. Listen, after all these years, Wendy says that she cannot get Lisa out of their life. She says that Lisa and Jimmy talk on the phone several times a day. They work together. They take work trips by themselves together. They're always at each other's house, and there's absolutely no boundaries. And at most times, she believes that Lisa spends more time with Jimmy than she does. I don't understand. I really don't. Marriage is two people, unless you're in, a polyamorous relationship or something like that. And if you're into that, that's your business. Enjoy, have a good old time. But if not, Lisa, girl, honey, no. Dominic is 20 now, and he lives in Florida where he goes to college. You don't have to talk to Jimmy as much. Turns out that Jimmy and Lisa own an olive oil business. So that's why they work together and go on these business trips. Listen, to this day, Jimmy says that Lisa is a part of his life and she always will be. My heart can't take that. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm just immature and stupid. I have no idea. I might be. But I don't want to spend all that time with my husband's ex-wife. I really don't. Ma'am, it's okay for us to socialize during holidays, special events, every now and again when we're, the kids growing up and we're dropping off, picking up, going to sports, for the kids and all that stuff. But you over here every day and calling my husband every day, no ma'am. The heck out of my house. But here's the kicker. Lisa has a fiance, some man named Jack. Honey, listen, Jack needs to just go on and leave. Leave, Jack. Run while you can, okay? Run. This is not a good environment. It really isn't. Jack says that sometimes he notices himself getting a little jealous, and he also thinks that maybe Lisa may still be in love with Jimmy. And he thinks to himself, are they supposed to be back together? Wendy also says that she gets a little jealous as well. And I'm thinking, ma'am, you've been married to him for 18 years. You should not have to be jealous of Lisa. Lisa should not have that big of a presence in your life, especially now that Dominic is 20 and in college. Lisa has let them know that she has decided to rent an RV, and all four of them are going to travel from New Jersey down to Florida to surprise Dominic for his 21st birthday. Ma'am, you are not about to get me in a confined space of an RV with you for a 19-hour trip. I'm good. This is an absolute no-go. No, ma'am. Lisa says that Jimmy is her first call every morning and her last call every night. That tells me that she's still in love with him. Clearly, if you have to call this man the first thing every morning and the last call every night, that says a lot emotionally. Emotionally, he is on your mind way too much after he's been married to somebody else for 18 years. To me, this is just a very uncomfortable situation. I would not be mature enough to handle it. My emotions tell me to pop off and put Lisa out. I just couldn't deal with it. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. So Lisa invites Jimmy over to her house so that they can go through, some old photos of Dominic so they can get ready for his 21st birthday. And the first thing Jimmy finds in these old boxes is a letter that he wrote her after they split up. When Lisa got her first boyfriend after they split up, it was a letter about his undying love and how he couldn't let her go. And as he's reading this letter, Lisa's crying, he's tearing up. I said, oh no, You know what? They may not be having a physical affair, but as far as I'm concerned, Lisa and Jimmy are having an emotional affair. That's just my opinion. If I'm wrong, get down in the comments and let me know how wrong I am. Then they start to talk about how they've never explained to Dominic why they got a divorce. And Lisa thinks that now that he's about to be 21, he deserves to know all the details of their divorce. And I said, well, you know, if he made it to 21 and he didn't know, I think he's okay. But she wants to tell him that his father cheated. You know, Jimmy agrees that he could tell Dominic that, you know, the reason they got divorced is that he was unfaithful. However, she wants him to give him all the details of his relationship when he was unfaithful to her. They get into this big argument because he absolutely does not want to give Dominic all these details.
Oh.
That's what got us in trouble in the first place. Get your hands
An 11, I can use you at about a 4.5 right now.
Okay, does that mean that I can't be upset?
Get a hold of yourself.
Because that's not healthy.
Listen,
Jesus
so
Christ.
listen, everyone's
No, you're not getting it.
Not my life. Not my life. I am not about to sit here in the middle of this relationship and watch the two of them act the fool like this. You people are not married. You are divorced for over 18 years. This kid is 21. Back down from this. Everybody retreat. Sell the olive oil company for all I care. It just seems to be that Jimmy focuses more on Lisa than his actual wife, Wendy. I couldn't do it. But then we move on to another couple. We meet this guy named Alex. Now, Alex is absolutely hilarious. He says that he's trisexual, meaning that he'll try anything twice. So we meet him and his ex-boyfriend, Steven. Now, it turns out that they broke up because Steven cheated on him. But now Alex has a girlfriend named Caroline. Caroline said that Alex is her best friend and that their bond is extremely special, and she's okay with him, you know, talking to his ex. However, they talk to each other all day long. They are talking on the phone, they are FaceTiming, they are texting each other, and it's all day and night. That is something that will be a no-go for me. We are not going to be together, living together, and you are on the phone with your ex all day, every day. Every once in a while, sure, but every day, all day? She says that she does have insecurities sometimes. Sometimes she just wonders if one day he's going to wake up and decide that she's not enough and that he might want to go back to Steven. And I get it. In any relationship, sometimes you have those doubts and fears. And especially since him and Steven have such a close relationship, and that would scare me. You know, it's so weird though, because he has a really good connection with Caroline and with Steven. I mean, Alex is a nice guy, but I don't think that he should make Caroline suffer by continuing this friendship with Steven. However, I don't think Steven is going anywhere at all. And one thing that I thought was really funny is Alex ordered a wig for their cat. And that was the first time I ever seen a cat wig. And I just thought, this is really funny. But anyway, it seems in the previews that next week they're going to introduce us to another couple where some guy, I think he lives with his ex-wife, his new wife, and his ex-wife's wife. And all three of them are either pregnant by him or trying to get pregnant by him. Yeah, this situation's a little much. I mean, they're all a little much, but let me tell you what, I'm interested. I am interested. I'm not turning the channel. I will be watching this show every Sunday night. So let me just tell you. Anyway, you guys get down in the comments and let me know. Are we in for this? Are we covering this? Are we watching this? What do you think about these different relationships? Now, let me just say, I don't have any rights to judge. Let me just say, you know, to each his own. If you want to live like this, do it. Enjoy it as much as you want, but I can't hang. I can't. I just need my one person who wants to be with me. That's it. Anyway, until next time, bye.